How to be social with a hyperactive brain. Hi friends, I'm Caroline Maguire, and if you have a fast brain, big energy, and the kind of thoughts that race ahead before you even finish your first sentence, you've probably wondered, how am I supposed to be social without exhausting people or myself? Today we're going to talk about how to be social when your brain is constantly buzzing. If you're ever worried that you're too much, talk too fast, or left a conversation thinking, did I overdo it? This video is for you. Although, let's talk about the fact that you're not too much, you're not too fast. And a lot of those things are sort of self-talk that comes in our head that was placed there from our family of origin, from our elementary school, middle school, high school experiences. And I really want to leave people thinking that you're not too much. You, just as Dr. Ned Hallowell would say, have a race car brain, and maybe the brakes aren't so great. What does a hyperactive brain really look like? You don't have to be physically bouncing off the walls to experience hyperactivity. For many people, especially adults, it's internal. That means your brain is moving constantly. You're thinking about 10 different things at once. You have trouble waiting your turn in conversations. You get overstimulated, but you don't realize it until after the fact sometimes. This can lead to social fatigue, and often sort of what I call the self-reg dreaded hangover, where you're overanalyzing everything you said and did. But you're not broken, you're wired differently. And it's really important to think that and have self-talk that reinforces that. A common misconception that the ADHD brain is over-aroused, overactive. It's not. It's seeking stimulation because your brain needs that stimulation. And that's not a flaw. It's different brain wiring, but it is something you can learn to work with, especially in social situations where pacing and presence do matter. How to be social with a fast hyperbrain. Here are some ADHD-friendly strategies to help you engage with others in a way that feels natural, respectful, and more regulated, and honestly, more authentic. Prep your brain before social time. Give yourself 5 minutes to transition. Take deep breaths. Go for a quick walk or listen to something calming. Your nervous system needs time to shift gears. I just had an experience where I didn't have time to shift gears just due to a travel snafu, and I could feel myself the entire evening sort of upregulated, right, dysregulated, and I wanted to downregulate. And the next day when I had the time to downregulate, everything felt better. It just felt sort of off the entire night. So part of this is our nervous system, and there's nothing wrong with having a lot of energy, but if you feel like you want to become more centered or you need to be in order to be present in a situation, I can't recommend enough different techniques to bring yourself to that, and we have videos we can link to. Use conversation anchors. Pick a topic and stick to it for a few minutes. You can say, let me finish this thought, to remind yourself to stay grounded. If you jump in too quickly, the other person may feel disoriented or unheard. Monitor your speed. You don't need to talk slowly, but check your pacing. Are you giving the other person space to speak? One helpful trick is to mirror their rhythm. It keeps you in sync and gives your brain something to focus on besides jumping ahead. Notice social cues. Look for body language. Are they leaning back, nodding, or zoning out? This subtle signal helps you adjust without second guessing everything. And by the way, if you don't, it's okay. Ask clarifying questions. When your brain is racing, you may assume or jump to conclusions. Slow things down by asking, did I get that right? Or tell me more about that. It creates space and keeps the connection mutual. Build in breaks. If social settings wear you out or ramp you up, it's okay to take breaks. Go to the restroom, step outside. You're allowed to manage your stimulation level. If you overshare or overtalk, here's what to do. Even with all the strategies, you may still have moments where you talk and overshare and realize you've dominated a conversation, and you may have shame about it, but that's okay. Here's how to course correct. I always like to have a pivot plan. Pause and say, I've been talking a lot. What are your thoughts? Acknowledge it with humor. Sorry, my brain's on overdrive today. Follow up later if needed. I realized I talked a lot, but I value your perspective. Let me hear from you. You don't have to be perfect, because there is no perfect. And with ADHD and our brains, we're not going to stop doing anything. We're not gonna stop being ourselves. We wanna show up authentically, and we wanna be able to feel good about how we show up. You just need to be aware and open to learning. And I always think this is part of my personal journey. When I first was diagnosed, which was at age 25, I really didn't understand everything about my brain, but as I've been on this journey, you understand more, and that allows you to understand more about your needs, which helps prevent the kind of social burnout that can happen. It's a skill set. It's part of our personality. It's something you can practice, improve, and feel more confident about. You don't need to be quieter. You don't need to dim your light or your personality. You just need tools to help your fast brain engage in a way that feels good to you and can help you really make the connections to the people around you, which is what we want. If you've ever walked away from a conversation feeling drained, ashamed, or unsure how you came across, I want to let you know there's nothing wrong with you. Your brain is fast, your energy is big, and your people who love that energy are out there. But you have to find the people who enjoy that. And you can channel this into connection, not chaos. If this video helped, leave a comment and tell me what's your one social situation where your hyperactive brain tends to take over. And be sure to subscribe to this channel. We are growing, but all subscriptions really help, and I want to be able to do some lives as my next book is coming out and include you in them, so you'll get notified whenever I go live. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time.